Thank you for joining me. I'm
Yeah,
really excited for
thank
you to
you.
just kind of share with some of the students at Evangel just about some of the stuff that you're a part of. If you guys didn't know, this is Aaron Phoenix. He's a big deal. He's the district youth director. No, you are. And he's really awesome. And so I am just so honored that you were able to hop on with me for a little bit and talk. For first, would you just mind telling us about Speed the Light? Because
Yes.
at Evangel, like we give to something called Legacy Makers, but within that we give towards Speed the Light. And so, what is Speed the Light? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Speed the Light is the youth arm of missions giving for the Assemblies of God. And so North Dakota students, we come together, we give to Speed the Light, and that goes towards our missionaries. Just two of the fun projects that we got to hit in 2019. Jacob Bach, he's a missionary in Spain. If you've heard of On the Red Box Ministry, he stands out in this. It's kind of the Times Square of Spain. They have like
Wow.
several 100,000 people walk through here every day, and they stand out there every single night, 7 days a week, and just preach the gospel, open air. And so we got to just this last couple months, we got to buy a vehicle for him to get around in Spain. He was driving around like a 15-year-old Speed the Light vehicle, and it was time to just get a new one. And so we were able to. North Dakota students did that 100%. And so that was one of the projects. Another project for Peter and Kayla Olson are in Ethiopia. That's like 90+% Muslim country. And they're there ministering. And so they have a Speed the Light vehicle now because of North Dakota students too. So that's awesome that we can just partner with our missionaries.
Oh, cool. So Speed the Light is a way that we help missionaries just kind of go share the gospel, basically, like we buy vehicles and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of transportation, but they do some other things as well. We'll talk about some water wells that we're
yeah.
doing too.
Yeah, and that's actually a perfect segue. You're good at segues. I can tell you history. So, Aaron, can you tell us a little bit more about 2020, what we're doing as a state, how you're excited about it? I'd love to hear more about that.
Yes, I am super excited about this project. Speed the Light is partnering with an organization called World Serve. And so World Serve is in several African countries drilling water wells. And Tanya and I just this last year got to go to Kenya and see like firsthand what was happening. And that totally changed my perspective because, you know, we all hear about water wells and we have such easy access to water that sometimes it doesn't even like compute what it means to need a water well. But we saw people, we went to a village that people were walking 5 hours one way for water. And so usually the mom or the lady of the family was the one to get water every day. And she would walk 5 hours in the morning. She'd get up super early before it gets too hot, walk 5 hours, and then she'd fill up to the closest water well. She'd fill up these massive barrels and carry them on her back and walk 5 hours home. And that was her life every single day, 7 days a week, because her family needed water. And so World Serve is partnering with churches in Africa. So we got to go to this tiny bush village, and there was an Assembly of God church out there, and it was just incredible to see, like, they're like in the middle of nowhere, and it took us so long on crazy roads to get there. But they said this is a future site for a water well. Right now, people are walking 4 or 5 hours, but they want to put a water well on the church property so that when people come and gather from all around, they're meeting at this like oasis spot at the church. And so it's just incredible to see World Serve is digging a couple wells every month in Africa, and it's just changing people's lives. Like to not have to walk that far to water means women could maybe make money for their family. Kids can actually go to school. And so it changes a family drastically to have access to clean water. And then they don't have a lot of dirty water diseases, because a lot of times they're getting water out of, a hole in the ground or something like that, that carries a lot of diseases and sickness, and so brings a lot of health to those villages as well. And so from North Dakota, I know Bismarck students have committed to some money towards this well, but we'd love, as a state, along with Bismarck Evangel students, to be able to purchase one of these wells. And so it's going to say, in some little village in Kenya, Africa, it's going to say purchased by North Dakota students through Speed the Light. And so we're looking forward to, by the end of 2020, that's our goal.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, man. Let's do it, right, Steve?
Yes.
Let's get this done. Oh, man, I love it.
I'm excited.
That's so cool that we get to be a part of doing that. So I have one more question for you, because you've been in youth ministry for a long time. You've been in your current position for like 4 years?
Yeah.
About 4 years, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm just so thankful for your leadership too. I love you so much. Tons of respect for you. Seriously, students, this guy's legit. I love your heart for missions, and you speak on it with passion, and you care about it, and you mean it. And so I would love for you to just take a couple moments, maybe even just talk about like why missions is important to you. Because Speed the Light, we're helping missionaries talk about Jesus. Like why? Like we put this all together. Why is it important? What does this mean to you?
Man, I think right now, Pastor Isaac, is a perfect time to talk about missions too, because with all that's going on, our worlds are turned upside down. It's really easy to become self-absorbed. I went to Walmart today and I wasn't able to get the brand of stuff that I normally get because it was cleared out. There was no toilet paper on the shelves, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my world's falling apart, And it's really easy to just get self-absorbed. But when we give to missions, it takes the focus off ourselves. And so even more right now, when we feel like our world's turned upside down, to think of man, I can't get the brand that I usually buy. I have to buy the off brand, and then to open my eyes to the bigger picture that there's people in Africa that don't have access to any clean water, and I'm running low on toilet paper is my biggest problem in life, and so it takes our eyes off of us when we get focused on missions. And there's Christians in other countries that are willing to pay an incredibly high price to follow Jesus. I had the chance just a couple of months ago to sit down with a missionary to the Middle East, and he was working in intense areas where there's massive persecution against Christians, and he deals with a lot of people that are willing, when they accept Christ, they're turning their back on their Muslim faith. Their families are going to disown them because of their choice to become Christians. And so the price that they pay is incredible, and we can't even understand it. And people are willing to give their lives. And so I feel like, man, if there's people willing to give their lives for the sake of Christ, man, the very least I can do is give my money. And so God has challenged even me this year to just give way above and beyond what I'm comfortable with and what I feel like I can give, just because it's so worth it, because, man, we need to empower our missionaries to do what God's called them to do. And Speed the Light does a great job doing that. And so I'm so glad you guys are talking about Speed the Light, talking about missions, giving to legacy makers. It's making a huge difference.
Yeah, no, we're so thankful for you and for and just even sharing with us some of this stuff. I mean, it's huge, and it's so cool knowing that we can be a part of making a change.
Yeah, absolutely.
Literally, the students in our state, we're gonna be able to help somebody have clean water and maybe even go to school, but maybe they weren't gonna be able to do that because they had to go get this water. And I mean, that's so right. That's just awesome. And I think, man, me being a student, if going back thinking about it, it's just a really unique opportunity. And so. Aaron, thank you so much for joining me. I love you, man, and I gotta get your beard on my face someday. I gotta get to that level. You know what I'm saying?
This is quarantine beard, man. It hasn't been trimmed for a while. It's getting a little crazy.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think it's awesome. So thank you so much, though. Thank you for joining me. God bless you. We love you. And we're going to have you down in Bismarck sometime soon.
Yeah, definitely. Evangel students, we love you guys. Pastor Isaac and Whitney are awesome, and so we appreciate you guys, and we're looking forward to seeing what God's going to do through Speed the Light, through missions, and through you guys. So,
all right. Thanks, Aaron.
thanks, bro.